Hello, welcome. In this video, I am going to explain structures. Structures is very important chapter in C language. Before telling you the definition of structure or what a structure is, let me put the context. Till now we have been dealing with integers, strings, floats, etc., which can hold a single value like 10, some Sachin, some 3.45, etc. Many a times we need to deal with real world data. Real world data means, say, an employee's information. An employee information is not a single value, it's a combination of many values like ID number, name, salary, department, etc. So if we could combine all this information as a single entity, then it would be easier to process such real world data. For example, we can pass the employee information to a function at one go. So that is the advantage of combining this entire information as a single entity. Let me give you some more examples of real world data. An employee's information contains employee ID number, name, salary, etc. A student information like ID number, name, course, fees, etc. A customer information like customer ID, name, address, phone number, what he has purchased, so and so. A computer information like CPU configuration, RAM, etc. All these are examples of real world data. Now let me define a structure. A structure is a collection of heterogeneous type of data. You know that an array is a collection of homogeneous type of data, whereas a structure is a collection of heterogeneous type of data. In functions chapter, you have learned how to create our own functions. Similarly, in structures chapter, you are going to learn how to create our own data types. So a structure is nothing but a data type. We are going to create an employee data type. We are going to create a student data type, etc. So let me create a book data type. Struct book. So this is how we create a structure or our own data type. This is a keyword and this is the user defined data type. This is user defined data type. Now inside this data type, we are going to put the fields of that structure. A book contains information like, say, book number or ISBN number, then title, then say price is a float type, etc. All these are known as fields of the structure or members of the structure or elements of the structure. This entire thing is known as declaring a structure. This entire thing is known as declaring a structure or defining a structure or structure template or structure specification. So this is how we create our own data type. Now let us use this user-defined data type. You know, to enter an integer, store it and print it, first of all you have to declare an integer variable. Similarly, to store a book data, you have to first declare a book type of variable. So in this example, I am going to ask the user to enter a book's details and store the data in a book type of variable and print the data for verification. So first we have to declare the structure, then we have to write the main function. To declare integer, we say int 10. Similarly, to declare a book type of variable, we have to say book, some variable say b. But this is not okay, because book is not a primitive data type, it is a user defined data type, or it is a structure type of data type. So you have to mention struct keyword, only then it works. Now you should know, for any variable some amount of memory is allocated. For integer say 2 bytes or 4 bytes. Similarly for b also some amount of memory is allocated. So how do you calculate it? Because it is a user defined data. Look at the fields of the structure. Integer, say for integer 2 bytes, title string 20 bytes, price 4 bytes. So you have to add all these fields. So 2 plus 20, 22 plus 4, 26 bytes. This is how we calculate the size of a structure type of variable. This variable is also known as object, because it is going to contain elements inside it. Now let me draw a figure for this object. So B, it contains book number, title, price, entire thing occupies 26 bytes. In our example, assuming that integer occupies 2 bytes, let's say it's starting address is 100. Okay. Now let's ask the user to enter a book's details. Enter a book's details. We have to tell the user in which order he has to enter the data. So first one is book number, followed by title, and then price. Then you scanf. So for integer percentage d, string percentage s, so on. But for book, is there any predefined format specifier? No. Again, we have to mention for individual fields. There is no ready-made format specifier for book type of data. So percentage d for book number, percentage s for title, percentage f for price. Then how do you read it? Address of, can we say book number, then title, then price? No, because inside the main function there are no such variables. We have only b. So via b we have to access all these variables. So this is book number part, this is title part, and this is price part. So via b we have to access all these fields. Address of b dot book number we have to say. Then for string ampersand is not required. B dot title, then address of b dot price. This is how we read data into a structure object. Now let's print it for verification. Percentage d, comma, percentage s, comma, percentage f. Let's say dot to f, so that it prints only 2 digits after the decimal point. Then just remove the ampersand, that you already know. B dot book number, B dot title, B dot price. That's it. Here dot is an operator which is known as direct member accessing operator. This dot is known as direct member accessing operator. This is how we read data into a user-defined structure or user-defined object. I hope this video is very useful to you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.